lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays got Rosarena, Diaz, Franco, Lowe, Choi, Mejia, Ramirez, Phillips, and Kiermaier. We're going to move Kiermaier and Phillips, get new players for them. Also, we're going to move Ramirez and get a new DH, get a new first baseman for Choi, and then get a third baseman for Diaz. And then we're probably going to move Margot, probably going to move Zunino, probably going to move Walls, and probably going to move Ford Proctor. So, probably need some new bench bats and a new third baseman, first baseman, DH, right fielder, and center fielder for sure. Then over to the pitcher rotation, Glasnow, McClanahan, and Kluber we're probably going to keep, unless they go down overall, like Kluber if he goes down because of his age. Yarbrough and Rasmussen we're going to trade for better pitchers. I'm not saying they're not good in real life, but like better overall pitchers. And then Fleming, Rayleigh, Whistler, Fireisen, Springs, Kittredge, Chargoy, and Anderson. Don't know what we're going to do. Probably going to keep Kittredge and Anderson, but nobody is safe in this bullpen. We're picking up Jose Altuve from the Astros in exchange for Vital Brujan, Luke Rayleigh, and Nick Bitsko. We're picking up Matt Chapman for Yandy Diaz and Luis Patino. Matt Chapman, I am good overall third baseman. He can play first base as well, and is pretty good on the defensive side as well. We're picking up Ty France for G-Man Choi, Ford Proctor, and Curtis Mead. Ty France has been doing really good this season and is really good at contact. Hopefully he can show what he's been doing in real life in MLB The Show. Not much speed on him, but like has some clutch hitting to him. Has power against lefties, not much against righties, but overall, hopefully he just bats like a 305, 291, and it gets about 20 home runs season. I'll take. We're bringing back the former Tampa Bay Ray, Austin Meadows. He was here from 2019 to 2021. He batted 291, 205, and 234 through the 3 seasons. 315, 296, and 364 on on-base percentage, and a slugging of 558, 371, and 458. Hopefully, he can hit at least maybe, 25 home runs, 28. Like, just overall, just hit good and play better than Kevin Kiermaier would. Has better attributes than him, so he'll play left field. We'll move Rosarena to center, and then we're going to get a right fielder. Moving on from Manuel Margot, Harold Ramirez, and Jonathan Aranda for Starling Marte. Don't know if he was ever here. He was not. He was in Pittsburgh for from 2012 to 2019. And then he was with the Athletics, I believe. And then he's with the Mets. But we're going to pick him up. Hopefully he has a decent season and hits decently at the age of 33. He's an 82 overall, but he'll play the right field spot. Now we bring in Luis Suarez. Now you're probably thinking, why are you bringing in this guy? He's a 72 overall, and he's a 72 overall, but he has 99 contact against righties, and he can play second base, third base, and shortstop. But in this game, his average, he leads the league in average in almost every season. But he probably won't now because he's on my team. But he just has a good batting average, and he gets on base a lot. The last 3 years, 357, 364, and 399, with slugging of 439, 402, and 376, and on base plus slugging 733, 765, 838. So he's a good player. Maybe not his overall doesn't show it, but he's doing good in real life as well. He probably will make the All-Star game if people vote him in, but we're going to pick him up. We're bringing in Dylan Moore for Taylor Walls and Dalton Motes. I would bring in Garcia, but I believe Larry Garcia, but I believe we've already had him in a rebuild. So I'm going to bring in Dylan Moore, who we've never had in a rebuild. His previous season, his best average is 255, 358, and then the 496. That was probably his best season with 855 on base plus slugging. He hit 12 home runs in 2021. 43 RBIs. He could play first base, third base, shortstop, left field, center field, right field. He's probably not going to get much playing time, but he's a platoon guy. If somebody gets injured, he can play those positions. So he'll be he's a good bench bat to add, and hopefully he can bat better than he usually does. We're picking up Hunter Renfroe for Brett Phillips and Ralph Garza. Hunter Renfroe was here in Tampa Bay for 1 year. Hopefully he bats better here. Just overall, He has a better overall than Starling Marte, but he probably will be on the bench most likely because Starling Marte can play better defensively, I believe. So we'll have Starling Marte probably start, and Hunter Renfroe will probably just be a guy who comes off the bench and just hits nukes, hopefully. But I think he's better upgrade than Brett Phillips, and we're getting up a closing pitcher who we're not going to use on the MLB roster. We're picking up Tom Murphy for Mike Zunino and Kyle Manzardo. Tom Murphy, he's 30 years old. He's an 83 overall, better overall than Zunino. Maybe doesn't play like better defensively, but he hits good against lefties. So we'll have him play against lefties, and then Mejia against. Picking up Mike Soroka from the Atlanta Braves in exchange for Drew Rasmussen, Aaron Slegers, and Peter Fairbanks. Mike Soroka is a better pitcher than Drew Rasmussen, better overall, and I think he will fit good alongside Tyler Glasnow as well as overall. And I mean, Soroka, 24 years old, throws 5 pitches. Overall, a good pitcher. And not much money. We're moving on from Ryan Yarbrough, Carson Williams, and Cole Wilcox from Michael Kopech and Kendall Graveman. Once again, Michael Kopech better overall than Ryan Yarbrough. And we pick up a good relief pitcher in Kendall Graveman. Hopefully he can throw a 1.77 ERA like he did last year. And we're giving up a prospect in Cole Wilcox and Carson Williams. We're not going to use him in this rebuild, so we might as well get rid of him and try to get the best for him as well. We're moving on from shortstop Carlos Colmenares, Jeffrey Springs, who's in the bullpen, and Jim Haley for lefty Drew Pomeranz. He's 33. He's a lefty. Last 2 seasons, he's done good with the ERA. Hopefully, he can keep that up and pitch good in our bullpen. We're picking up Tyler Rogers from the Giants in exchange for Dylan Paulson, Taj Bradley, and Matt Whistler. Better overall, 86 overall over a 76 overall, and Matt Whistler. Give him prospect Taj Bradley. We're not going to use him in this rebuild, and Dylan Paulson we're not going to use as well. Now we're going to pick up his brother Taylor Rogers in exchange for Brooke Raley, Josh Fleming, and John Diaz. Bringing in another lefty, Andrew Chafin, to add to the bullpen for Che-Chi Chargois, Tyler Zombro, and Nick. We've set up our lineups and rotations. Let's go take a look at it. There's a rotation in Glasnow, Soroka, McClanahan, Kopech, and Kluber, with Graveman, Pomeranz, Friarez, and Chafin, and Anderson. And then the setup guys are Kittredge and Rogers, and then Taylor Rogers is our closer. Now then to the lineup, you got Altuve, Rosarena, Franco, and Lowe. Top 4 with Marte, France, Meadows, Chapman, and Mejia for the right-handed pitcher DH. And then left-handed pitcher DH, you got Rosarena leading off with Altuve, Franco, and Lowe. And then Chapman, France, Marte, and then Meadows and Murphy to round it out. With Mejia, Moore, Arise, and Renfroe. If some of these guys do bad, we will move on. And I might not show you guys it because it's off the bench. But if we do make like maybe one trade through this, maybe. But most likely I won't show you any trades going on in the season. I'll just show you the transaction report or tell you about them when we get to the postseason. But looking at our team, we're first ranked, first contact, 4th power, 2nd pitching, 5th defense, and 11th speed. We got the Red Sox through game 1. So now we're going to sim to the end of the season and see how we have made it to the playoffs. And yes, we are the 1 seed. We either take on Toronto or New York. Then you have White Sox going against Houston, the ALDS as well. Then over in the National League, got Chicago Cubs making it, playing the LA Dodgers, and Phillies playing Atlanta, and New York Mets got the 1 seed. Look at our lineup. We got Altuve. There's his stats. Rosarena, Wander Franco. There's all the stats. Highest average for the team was 310 by France, I believe. Hunter Renfroe, okay. Dylan Moore, okay. Tom Murphy, okay. Now we're going to send down Josh Lowe. I don't know why the heck he's up. We sent down Josh Lowe. We called up Luis Rise. But our rotation, okay. I mean, Glasnow 11-11, 17-8, 14-9, 14-8, and 11-10 for our rotation. Solid. I mean, Graveman did okay. 3-1, 2.34. 1.69, 8-2 for Pomeranz, pretty good. Fire Rising 2-2, 2.77 ERA, that's good. 2.25, 4-0 for Andrew Chafin. Let's go, Andrew Chafin. Nick Anderson 3.07, 10-3, so good record, good whip. Good 3 ERA as well. Kittredge, not really good record, 2-4. He's on the losing side, but a good whip and a decent ERA. 0-1 for Tyler Rogers, but he got a decent ERA. Only 7 strikeouts, but a decent whip as well. And then Rogers, his brother, Taylor Rogers, 2-1, 61 strikeouts, 2.44 ERA, and a .83 whip. Everybody's whip is solid. Nobody's over 2 for a whip. Highest is 1.13. In a rotation, the highest is 1.28 by Corey Kluber. So that's our stats. We're going to sim and see who we got. We went 162 for the season, and we're playing the Yankees. Glasnow versus Severino. We win. Soroka versus Tyone. We win. McClanahan versus Cole. We win. Who we got in this round? We got the Astros. Kopech versus McCullers. We win. Kluber versus Garcia. We win. Glasnow versus Valdez. We lose. Soroka versus McCullers. We lose. McClanahan versus Garcia. We lose. Kopech. We win. Kluber versus Valdez. We win, and we are in the World Series taking on the Mets. DeGrom versus Glasnow. We lose. Okay. Soroka versus Bissett. We win. McClanahan versus Peterson. We win. Kopech versus Scherzer. We win. Kluber versus DeGrom. We win, and the Rays have won the World Series. Let's go! Let's go. We complete the rebuild. The Yankees, they beat Toronto. We sweep the Yankees. Then we beat Houston in 7. And then we beat New York in 5. New York, they swept Atlanta after Atlanta beat Philly. And then they also beat Chicago in 7 as we beat Houston in 7. But then they lost in 5 to the Rays. Let's check the awards. World Series MVP goes to Austin Meadows. Postseason MVP goes to Jose Altuve. Rosarena was in there, and Franco. Okay, Silver Slugger, Hernandez, Stanton, and Trout for the outfield. Shortstop was Baez, Bregman, and Simeon. Altuve was in the running for that. Vladimir Guerrero goes for first base. Catcher Perez, and DH is Brandon Lowe. Let's go. For the Gold Glove, Kepler, McCormick, and Austin Hayes win it in the outfield. Rosarena was third in that. Then Franco wins it for a shortstop. Third base goes to Matt Chapman. Second base, Altuve was third, but Jimenez wins it. Trey Mancini wins it for first base, and catcher goes to Vasquez. Gold Glove per pitcher, Soroka was second, but Dylan Bundy won that. Trout wins the Hank Aaron Award. Spencer Torkelson wins the Rookie of the Year. Reliever of the Year goes to Liam Hendricks, but Taylor Rogers was second in the running for that. Bregman wins batting title. Cy Young goes to Chris Sale. Most valuable player goes to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So that's the awards for the team. We'll check like our playoff stats and whatnot. There's our stats. I mean, Francisco Mejia had a good average. I mean, he had 7 home runs. I believe that's the most on the team. And Tom Murphy, did have a decent average. 500 average for him, 500. And Hunter Renfroe didn't play, I mean. But he had a good average. His team did pretty good. I like what the team did. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Turn your post notifications on so you're not missing a post. We got our first rebuilding challenge win for the AL East. So hopefully they get more. They have one more team to go with Baltimore Orioles, and then we'll move on to the AL Central, then the AL West, and then we'll get to the NL when we do NL East, NL Central, and then NL West. So hopefully, once again, hope you guys did enjoy. But that does it. It's Exo Screen. I'm out. Peace. See you in the next video.